Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm David Moss, and we are on the road again, and this time we are in Lorain County. We're going to visit some of the great little towns and cities within Lorain County, places to shop, to visit, and of course some wonderful food places. You always like that, like this place, Borican Juke Joint, that's in downtown Lorain. But first we're going to head out to Wellington, where Natalie is on a sweet path.
Oh, how sweet it is. You are right, David. Let me tell you, we are here in Wellington at one of the sweetest places I've ever been to. We are at Mad Batter Pastry Emporium, and Sasha and her mom, well, you two decided, let's do this. And it wasn't that long ago for you.
No, it was only like a month ago.
What were you doing before this? What was your family into before this?
I was a stay-at-home mom, and my mom basically works every Cleveland sports team. And she still does, so she still does that. But I was just a stay-at-home mom and, you know, hanging out with the kids.
Did you have a background at all in bakery or pastry making?
My grandpa was a baker, but I learned a lot from my grandma, like the old-fashioned recipes. We do like a nut tort cake, which is like an old fashioned nut sponge cake with cooked maple buttercream. So I got into baking like with her more for Christmas cookies and everything like that. And I lived in Italy for a couple of years. So that's where I got the love of fruit tarts.
Oh, and the fruit tarts you have here are beautiful.
Thank you.
So we have some Italian cookies in front of us right now, right? What do we call these again?
These are just called ricotta cookies.
Ricotta cookies. And let me put the gloves on. I'm going to help you out a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So you already baked these.
Yep.
And now we're going to ice?
Yes, we're going to ice and we're going to put the sprinkles on. So all we're going to do is we're going to grab them. We're going to dip them. And then we're going to top them. And these are one of my grandpa's like favorite sprinkles.
Is that okay?
Or cookies. No, you're good.
I don't have any background in this. There's more sprinkles on my hands than on the cookies. Okay.
That happens sometimes.
How do you not, do you eat one of everything when you're back here? I mean, how do you not want to do this all the time?
So I will say that I taste everything to make sure that it tastes the right thing, but I can no longer eat any of the product like I used to.
Well, I'm not you, thankfully, and I'm in here for the first time. So since you aren't eating these all the time, I'm going to take over for you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
I can't leave here without trying something. I want to go meet your mom. She's out front, right?
Yes, she's out front with all the donuts.
Now that I've destroyed your batter and I made a
good.
mess, I'm just going to leave you to clean this all up now. Can I take one of these to go too?
Yes, of course. I'm going to pack some up. I'm going to finish them off.
Oh, I'll be back.
You just want to do one donut today?
I found colada. I had to leave your daughter back there because I was ruining the cookies, I think. So I let her finish them, and I thought I'd come up here because I knew I'd probably get a taste of one of these in the end of things. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm so fabulous, especially because I'm here. I love that this is kind of a mother-daughter duo thing.
Yes, it is.
And your daughter, she kind of put you up to this idea, huh, to open this bakery.
I know, she did. Yes, she did.
So you bought it not that long ago, and what has this experience been like for you?
It was, in the beginning, you know, we have a background because my dad was a baker. So I used to see him at 2 o'clock in the morning getting up and going to work, and he asked me, would you ever bake? Buy a bakery? I say, no, I'm not, never. Well, you know, we are a very close family. I have 3 girls. So the reason why is I like to help them. So when she came with the idea and she loves baking and all that, and I'm like, okay,
like
let's
any
do it.
good mom. I love it. So what are your biggest sellers? I know you have some here in front of us. The apple fritters have to be huge.
Yes, we make all the time and they go very fast. We like to create some different stuff so our customer can feel more welcome and everything. We get ideas from them.
Ah, and you take their ideas and you try to run with them too. So you have a few up here. I mean, I see the plain glazed.
Glaze.
I love those. And then you have to add a little bit of bacon on some. The chocolate on top of chocolate. But my absolute favorite
is
the chocolate cake place. And I've never had yours before.
Okay.
Are they a big seller too?
Yes, they are.
I hope you would say no so that I could come in and buy the whole tray and no one would get mad at me. But I guess they are a big I have to share, is what you're saying. I can't go without trying this. Is that okay if I do it?
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead.
What are your hours? Are you open early?
We are open from 6 to 3 o'clock, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8 to 2.
These are so
Do you like it?
I've had generic ones before, to get them fresh from a mom and pop bakery like this, you can't beat it. Thank you so much for having me here.
You're welcome.
Told you we were gonna start the show off sweet, and we definitely did. I'm gonna go back and help your daughter again while I keep beating this, because I had a lot of fun back there, and we'll see if she accepts me again. We're right here on West Herrick. Come and see them. Let me tell you, you will not be disappointed, especially if you have a sweet tooth. I'm going back.
Okay, thank you.
Downtown Lorain is booming, and Uniontown Provisions is one of the brand new places that's, well, it's really kicking. Check it out.
The idea was to really provide a kind of healthy menu, but a flavorful one.
Fresh value and friendliness.
So Uniontown Provisions is a lot of things, but it starts off in the morning as a cafe and bake shop and transitions into lunch. We end the day usually with charcuterie, the cured meats and cheese.
So the menu started off with just cheese and charcuterie and simple baguette sandwiches, and then it turned into muffulettas. We're doing fish. We bring fish in fresh every Friday. I do a combination of like all of our breads that we get in the focaccia, the sourdough, and I just blend sandwiches in different styles. American, Italian, it's more of a Mediterranean feel. Just what I want, like the weather, what I feel like doing. Try the muffuletta. It's our signature sandwich. It's got all the cured meats, 5 cured meats, roasted peppers, a tapenade, our herb vinaigrette, our provolone cheese. We just try to think of something unique. It's not like one day it's all Indian and then I just like just scratch the Mediterranean kind of feel. I just kind of blend the seasonings in. I play with them. If it works, I do it again. If it doesn't, I scratch it off and say, you know, it was worth a try. The building's absolutely beautiful. It's a cool vibe, and it's not crowded, and it's a lot of open air.
We found this fantastic building. It's one of the few that survived the tornado. The big discovery was when Sean sent me a picture one night of this wall behind us, which was in the jeweler's shop, which was what the place had originally been. We had 60 feet of this beautiful 1920s tile. And then of course there's the tin ceiling that's way above our heads. People have commented on the kind of relaxed vibe here. People are hanging out doing their coffee and computer, and it's just a wonderful, relaxing kind of space.
The people in Lorain are really, really great people. Like, you know, I know people are like, oh, Lorain, but you know what? If they do have class, and we are fun. Happy hour every day, 3 to 5. Shameless plug.
Uniontown Provisions is on Broadway in downtown Lorain. Coming up next on New Day Cleveland, some country-inspired decor.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Our road trip here in Lorain County continues. We are headed to the small town of LaGrange, where there is a unique spot that is home to local artisans and collectors. This is the Rural Nest.
The Rural Nest is a nest where artisans can come and be a part of a group where they can nest in and sell their goods. We have a lot of handmade goods. We have artists, we have crafters, we have people that build. And it's such a wide variety in our nest, and I think that's why a lot of people like it. I'm a graphic designer by trade. I worked in the corporate world as an art director for over 20 years, and it was just time to do my own thing. It all fell into place from the heavens, I think. My husband and I, we were looking to move out into the country, get away from the city for a while. You know, we've all done it. We've done it in the past, and just wanted some more air to breathe. So we found a house out in LaGrange, so I'm like only right up the street. When I found out this space was available, and I said, I'm gonna do it, it's now or never. And I'm so glad I did, and I thought, you know, if I mess up, it's my own fault. But it was just about finding the right people and building that nest and having local, very, very important, local artisans and people that want to sell their wares and be proud of what they have. Jen's pallet designs. She repurposes pallet wood. She takes any kind of barn wood, any kind of wood, and takes that and builds her own pieces from scratch, which is amazing. We have people that are pickers or treasure hunters per se, that find those perfect things, the items that people are looking for, unique. We have jewelry collectors, we have woodworking people. I myself create out of 100-year-old barn wood. We do a lot of Ohio signs. People love those to death. Anything with their town on it, they love that. And I also create cork coasters. Those are a big hit. We have another gal here. She is a professional watercolor artist, a local gal from Grafton. And anything she touches, it turns to art. So she's phenomenal. The customers are amazing. That is our best, my favorite part of the whole thing. They come in here, they have a lot of stories. They absolutely love the shop. You have so many unique items. It's always changing. You're always getting new things in. Every time I come in, it looks different. And they just keep returning. There's something for everybody here. Men, women, young, older, anybody. They'll find it here.
The Rural Nest is in downtown LaGrange. Keep in mind, though, they're closed on Sundays and Mondays.
Downstairs of a beautiful building in downtown Lorain, I found a place called the Borinquen Juke Joint, right?
Borinquen Juke Joint, yes, sir.
The way you say it sounds better. I don't know why, but it sounds better. This is Joseph right here, and you're the chef. And I bet people probably met you in your food truck before, right?
Yes, I've been in my food truck for the past year before this.
Yeah.
I like East Side Cleveland, West Side Cleveland, West Park, at a few breweries, and then
Yeah.
East Side Lorain.
Okay, right now we're downtown Lorain, though. Beautiful old building and downstairs.
Yeah,
And I
100-year-old building.
want to talk about some of your food because the minute you started making it, it smelled great. And I wanted to start with this one here. My son Adam would kill for this one right here. What is this thing?
This is our house-made Borinquen ramen. It's a miso broth and pork bone broth that's braised for about 12 hours. And then it's wheat noodles placed on top. We do a ramen egg, which is a 6.5-minute egg that's made so the yolks are cooked, or the whites are cooked, but the yolks are still running. Sliced roasted pork in a Puerto Rican style with mojo and green onions, and then some braised Broadway onions, which is a little take on New York onions that we brought to Lorain.
Oh, it smells good. Okay, if I'm counting right, you said Puerto Rican twice.
Yes.
But I get a Hawaiian vibe too.
Yes.
What's that about?
The whole culture is I lived in Hawaii for about 18 years, and going to Hawaii, I originally thought that I would be the only Puerto Rican in Hawaii going there, as a young individual. When I get there, I find that we had a lot of history in there.
Yeah.
Coming to the island, when the 30s, when America first went there and started bringing the sugar cane, they actually brought over Puerto Ricans to start the plant of the cane fields and everything else.
Makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah. So when I got there, I thought I would never get Puerto Rican food again for the next years I was there.
Yeah.
And come to find out, they actually integrated a lot of the flavors into the food that was already existing there as Hawaiian food.
Okay, so underneath this beautiful egg here on top of the fries, that's not Spam then, is it?
No, that's not Spam. And originally in Hawaii, this would actually be rice underneath. It would be called a loco moco in Hawaii, with rice, with a hamburger patty, and then mushroom gravy over the top and a fried egg. It's something that the farmers would eat, or they would eat quickly. When I brought it here, I brought it with the French fries because it was so close to Canada.
Yeah.
Everybody likes the poutine, and then with integrating to these
there
with
you
LHS
go.
fries.
So you're talking about poutine, so this is sort of almost like what this is, huh?
Yep, that is. And it's really a rub off of a high school that I went to right down here in Washington.
Oh, that's right.
Lorain High School, yeah. And it's the French fries and gravy. So these are on the menu, are called the OG LHS, the old gangster Lorain High School French fries.
I like
from the original Lorain High School.
I like the old gangster thing. Which reminds me, this spot down here, this juke vibe band down here is so cool. I mean, the old wood paneled walls,
Yeah.
the big stone walls, the great art on the walls.
The bullet holes in the walls.
Bullet holes.
We hope, though.
Great. Hey, so this looks sort of familiar if you like Puerto Rican food, right?
Yep. Yeah, those are originally tostones. They're fried plantain chips. We do them here. We fry them fresh. And then we add a little bit of our mojo. And then we have a chipotle mayonnaise that goes with it. Gives you a little heat and a little fatness to go with it.
You look good in the kitchen too, man. You
Thank
look
you.
good. You know what you're doing in there. We're
Borinquen
downstairs,
Juke Joint.
right in the middle of Lorain. Beautiful building, close to the river. Great
Yep.
spot. Let me give you this hand. It's not juicy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The down low is what the nickname is right now. The down low.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
When we return, our road trip to Lorain County continues at the best place to go for that rustic look. Time now for some fresh and healthy dining items. We're going to head out to Elyria for a place called the Bistro on Taylor Street.
This place used to be Gibby's. The Gibbons family was actually in business here for 50 years.
It's a family-owned restaurant, my brother and my sister, so it's a sibling thing. My sister, she has the culinary background, I have the business background, and we kind of put our strengths together and came up with this place.
With us all trying to convert to a healthy lifestyle, I want to give all credit to my brother.
About 3.5 years ago, I became a vegetarian, and I struggled with trying to find vegan and vegetarian options around here. I also struggled to find the healthy alternative. So when we opened up this place, we felt it was only right to offer those things that we ourselves was missing in the community.
The great thing about what we offer here, you're able to build your own bowl. So it's nothing someone just saying, hey, this is a vegan plate and you're gonna have to like that. We give you an option to experiment. So it kind of gives you a different experience where you're able to kind of see it on the paper and say, hey, you know what? That may go good with this.
I thought it was very important. I'm a big juicer, so I thought it was very important to offer fresh juices for the community, and also smoothies. I realized there wasn't too many places around here that offer smoothies or juices, and so I thought that would be a nice addition to our restaurant. A lot of our menu items come from our executive chef. His name is Brian Roberts. He's responsible for over 90% of the recipes.
Today what we're going to do is we're going to showcase our famous surf and turf in a pineapple bowl. Surf and turf is steak and shrimp marinated to perfection. We're also going to showcase our famous avocado fries with an in-house avocado aioli.
What sets us apart, I think, mostly is our food. We choose to bring a healthy alternative, a fresh ingredient approach.
Our bar top is actually a shuffleboard that used to be here at Gibby's. We kept it, turned it into our bar top just to pay honor to the Gibbons family. You know, they've been a great success for 50+ years. This has been a dream for my brothers and I for at least over 10 years. So to actually have the doors open and see the guests come in and enjoy the food and everyone's having a great time and just to see everything set up, you know, it's amazing. I mean, it's been our dream for years.
I love our staff, but I think the family that we've built here, and then actually just being able to actually see our guests' face. For them to say, hey, it was great food when we come out and greet them, and saying, hey, we needed this around here. No, it's nothing like that. That is definitely satisfying.
The food is amazing, it's healthy, it's a fair price, and it's a cool atmosphere, all about family.
I'm very proud of our ability to stick to our plan, stick to the goal and see it through, and to actually have our doors open. It's just been amazing.
The Bistro on Taylor Street is in Elyria, exactly where we said it was, on Taylor Street.
We're off to North Ridgeville now to add that rustic touch to your home with reclaimed wood that comes in a variety of colors and sizes. This is my wood loft.
Here at My Wood Loft, what we do is we disassemble or take down 100, 150-year-old barns. We process that material. We build a lot of custom furniture. We provide a lot of material for do-it-yourselfers, contractors, home builders, things like that for custom projects, accent walls, mantels, tables. In the beginning, I would drive out into the country and look for barns that looked vacant or kind of leaning, looking like they might need to be taken down. And I would just knock on the door, and you're either welcomed with open arms or not so much. And now, at this point, 5-6 years later, we get a number of calls a week of people that have coworkers, neighbors, brothers, uncles, something. They have a barn that needs to be removed, and that's where we come into play. So we go and I kind of interview the barn, look at the material, the condition, the species, what I feel we could utilize or sell or incorporate into a project. And at that point, either make a bid on the barn to purchase it, and then we disassemble and our process begins. This here is our showroom, so we're about 1,600 square foot for our showroom. This is filled with things that we build and things that we can build for you or help you build. We also have about 12,000 square feet on the other side of the wall that is our warehouse. It's more of a retail warehouse. It's barn siding, beams, live edge slabs, old rusty gold that we pull out of barns, lots of things like that. So general public is more than welcome to come in, shop through our warehouse and our showroom as well.
You know what, let's do this, let's bring up the order and then you can call me with the specs.
My wife kind of oversees the showroom and the creative end of things with the showroom, and as far as the warehouse goes, helps the majority of our customers and clients that come in. She also does a lot of the craft type stuff with painting signs, candles, things like that. Then Avery and Sammy are my daughter and son. Avery does guitar picks and earrings out of recycled gift cards, credit cards, things like that. They're both very, very creative, and I think they have entrepreneurial spirit. This is Remington, Remy Dog. He's our English lab. He's always here to greet, and usually he's sleeping over there at the front door. Most customers have to come in, kind of step over him. He just opens his eyes, lifts his head a little, then he goes back to sleep. The material that we work with, it's such superior in quality versus the farm-raised material that you can buy at big box stores now. This is old growth timber. It's when Mother Nature was allowed to grow it the way that she intended. So it was slow, dense growth, much stronger material, much better quality. There's a lot of character, a lot of history, and a lot of life in every piece. It's done its time, and I think these old barns deserve to be retired and turned into something that's in a home that's beautiful, that's appreciated.
My Wood Loft is on Center Ridge in North Ridgeville. Still to come here on a road trip to Lorain County, we are going to a place where you can chow down on brew and stew.
When the weather gets colder, there's no better way to warm up than a cup of coffee or some nice hot soup. Well, how about brew and stew?
Brew and Stew is a breakfast lunch destination. We offer fresh soups, paninis, wonderful baked goods, and we have a espresso and coffee bar, so we offer those drinks as well. With Brew and Stew, well, we do have soups and stews, and we're brewing coffee. So I just kind of like names that go together. Dishware is very eclectic, so a lot of my regulars, it appeals to all of them. Like they feel like they're in California, they feel like they're in New York. I heard like Portland, so it reminds them of a coffee house that they've been to before. Grew up here, was raised here, moved to Texas for a long time, came back to take care of my dad. He passed, and we just decided to anchor here. And we saw a need for places like this to exist here. Sausage, gravy, and toast. So we use our bread. We get all our bread from Blackbird Bakery out of Lakewood. And the sausage and gravy we make here, cooktop. Very simplistic recipe, Southern style. And what I do with the rosemary is I light it on fire and kind of infuse it into the gravy. So when you taste it, it just gives it it elevates it a bit. Steel cut oats, yeah, that's a fan fave on our menu. And so basically fresh cut fruit, granola, brown sugar, cinnamon, little honey drizzle. We make dumplings from scratch, fresh to order. So when you come in, you could kind of customize your dumplings because some people like the smaller, the medium, large. This way you could have it however you want. Bakery is very special. I went with a local cottage bakery gal here from Lorain, Laura Katef. Her company is a Bay. She wants her brick and mortar one day. So I want to kind of help start her off. I feel like with small businesses, we need to support each other, kind of all work together because we are in an area that we're trying to revive. So it's really hard to bring people in because it's kind of a ghost town right now. So with her baked goods, she already had a Lorain-based following. So we complemented each other in that way. We've kind of been studying coffee for years, just because we're connoisseurs with that. So we traveled all over the country. Of course, the bigger Mecca areas for coffee like Portland and Seattle, New York. And we just, we fell in love with Rising Star. They've been very consistent in their beans. So the reason our lattes are so unique is one is the base, our bean. We use a Apocalypto bean. It's like a Sumatra. And second is the milk. You got to have good quality milk. So we use Hertzler's. The most important is the sweetening component. We actually make our simple syrups here. That's another thing. We kind of hook people in. You got to have the best coffee, you got to have the best bread, you got to have the best baked goods, and you got to have the best soups.
Bruins Stew is on Broadway Avenue in Lorain.
Our next stop brings us right back here to Wellington, where you can find a place to update your home decor. And I can see it right across the street from Mad Batter here. It's the Charmed Farmhouse.
The Charmed Farmhouse is somewhere where you can come and create something for your home and take it home, or you can pick something out that we've already made or already have brought in and decorate your home with it. I got started by making signs and different custom gifts for family, and when I got married, I married a farmer, so I needed to pull my own weight, so to speak, and I started selling the custom signs and started sign parties and kind of took off from there. So about once a month we have an open paint where anyone can come in and paint their own sign. We have over 100 options to choose from. You can do a private party, and either I or one of the consultants will do the party for you, or you can do a private party in your home, and not everyone does the same sign, so it's great. I tell people as long as you can pick out colors and follow directions, you're good.
Just make sure you do your edges and let me know when you're done, and then we'll go around and we're gonna pull the stencil off.
About 2 hours is what I tell people. You can bring food and drinks and take your time. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, we have over 100 options to choose from, and if you can't find something that you really want, then we can custom a design for you. We mainly have adults, but no, we do also do open paints for children. So something you just watch on our Facebook page when we're gonna do that, and they're a lot of fun too. We sell a lot of farmhouse decor, and we recently started selling a little bit of clothing and jewelry. We just started consignment, and we are looking for some more people to come join us. Burnt Wood Furniture from Wellington just recently started selling here, and he's been doing great. He's sold a lot of patriotic wood carved signs. So yeah, it's been great so far. I grew up here. I was very heavily involved in FFA, which in FFA we give back to the community a lot. And we have a beautiful downtown here, but there isn't a lot of storefronts open right now. So I knew whenever I wanted to open a store, this is where I wanted to do it, and it's my hometown, so I wanted to give back a little bit too. It was a dream that I had, but I never thought that I would open a store. I still have new ideas of what I want to do and what I want to bring in, but it's one step at a time, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
The Charmed Farmhouse is on West Herrick right here in Wellington. When we come back, it's everything you need for rest and relaxation. Welcome back to our road trip here in Lorain County. It's time to head to LaGrange. let's have some lunch at the Bulldog Pub and Grill.
The Bulldog Pub and Grill is a British-themed pub based in LaGrange, Ohio. It's owned by myself and my daughter, so 2 English owners, and my husband, who's American. We do fish and chips, bangers and mash, which is basically sausages and mashed potato. We try and give like an English, a little bit of like a twist to most things. I grew up in a pub. My parents owned a pub, so that is my background. I learned what a pub was like in like the British community or an English community, and I was a chef for 6 years in England. Went on and moved over here and didn't really think about opening a pub until we just discovered this building with my husband and decided this was just an ideal opportunity. The small individual rooms, we knew we could give it a little British flavour to like what would be normally like an American sports bar. So when you normally walk into an American bar, usually it's a large room, and although a lot of the owners try and section it off into small like compartments, basically you're still in a big room with probably a bar in the middle. In an English pub, you'll walk in and normally the buildings are very, very old, so you have like rickety floors, and just each individual room, almost like rooms of a house. So you would walk from one room to the other, and that's what we have here. We have like doorways that lead from the bar area into a dining room, into a lounge with couches and chairs and black and white movies playing on the TV. And that gives it that kind of like individual feel. So you don't feel as if you have to stay in one big area. You can move from one place to another.
We're gonna do a fresh onion ring.
So you're gonna see starters, which is our word for appetizers. And then you're going to see burgers. Now the burgers are all named after our English bulldogs. And when I put that part of the menu together, I tried to make each burger sort of reflect the personality of each of our English bulldogs, who are all rescues. The wings we put on there because my husband adores wings, but they are the big jumbo wings, so you only get like 4 to a pound. And then the mains, that's where the real English influence comes in. The bangers and mash, the cottage pie, the fish and chips, which are probably the favourite of everybody who comes here. We don't bring anything in, so it's made in-house, even the fries.
Fresh hand-cut fries.
We try to keep, as far as the beers go, everything very local. So everything on tap that isn't, your Bud Light, Miller Lite, Guinness, and then the Kentucky, everything else is local. All the crafts that we have in a bottle, we try and keep as local as we can. And then we have some of the favorites like the Summer Shandy and the Grapefruit Shandy, and then of course your Bud Light, Coors Lights. So we have a cocktail that's, I guess, become our signature cocktail. It wasn't intended to be that, but it just went so well and people love it. It's really great for the summer. It's called the Bramble. So it's Tito's, simple syrup, a blackberry syrup, and then lemon juice to kind of cut through some of the sweetness.
I love being my own boss, and I get to work with my husband and my daughter all the time. So I'm in my happy place.
We want them to come back again, saying that they enjoyed the food, they loved the service, and we just want them to have a good time and relax.
The Bulldog Pub and Grill is on Main Street, right in LaGrange. They are open 7 days a week.
Well, now it's time to head back to Wellington to the most fragrant place in town. Yeah, it smells good. It's the Scent Depot.
The Scent Depot is just a small shop that we decided to open up in Wellington. We saw a need and a service, and we like the product that we have to offer. We have bath bombs, candles, shower bombs, bath salts, some other things. Basically stuff that we feel relaxes people. We think that's a need nowadays in our fast-paced society. Shower bombs are similar to bath bombs if you're familiar with bath bombs. Basically, you just put it in the shower and it's more for aromatherapy. We have relaxation, revitalization, congestion relief. It's just a simple little tool to help you go on with your day. We have a lot of floral, a lot of fruity scents. We have some unique scents like oak moss and aloe, green tea, mint. We pretty much have a scent for everybody. It all depends on what you like to smell. Bath salts, ours are sea salt. They're good for exfoliation, relaxation. There's scents and oils in them for moisturizing. We sell them by the ounce. You can match, you can mix them together in the same bag, just whatever you want to do with them. Most of our products are goat milk based, which is a really, really good moisturizer. Hand soaps, hand lotion, bar soap, all natural, moisturizing, relaxation. We do custom made gift baskets or gift containers, or just a small gift. Hey, I just wanted to say thanks to my girlfriend here. It's a perfect product for that. My favorite part is to be able to interact with the community. That's what I've always done in any job I've had, is customer service. The community has definitely come out and shown, hey, we like your stuff, we're going to support you. Yeah, it's a business. Yeah, we're here to, make a little bit of money, but it's really about being able to make people happy and serve the community that we live in. We want to put the best product out there that we can and give the people the opportunity to take, even if it's just 30 minutes in the bath, to just take a minute and say, hey, I feel better now.
Well, if you're looking for the Scent Depot, what street is it on? It's on Depot Street. That's right, and that is in Wellington. When we come back, it's some great food, rockin' good food in Grafton. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland and our road trip to Lorain County. And now we're going to head to a place, well, some more food, right? We're going to go to Grafton, to the Jailhouse Tavern.
Jailhouse Tavern is located in Grafton, Ohio. We're a great neighborhood gathering place for families and friends to get together and have a great meal. We are located right down the street from the prisons, Lorain County and the Grafton Correctional Facilities. So we took the name kind of just based off of that and the location, and just made it kind of a fun atmosphere with the bars on the windows, and everybody's got a number. We do have a lot of themed things on the walls, the John Wayne, a lot of prison movies and stuff like that. It's really fun. People walk around and look at all the different kind of memorabilia we have, and the album covers and everything kind of goes with the Jailhouse Tavern. The idea that they had was trying to bring in something that they didn't have around here. A lot of people had to go out to Tremont, Gordon Square areas, downtown. They wanted to bring that kind of food and that kind of atmosphere out to Grafton, Ohio. We do have indoor entertainment every other Tuesday. Well, we are a bar, but we're definitely more than that. We're definitely a tavern and definitely family friendly. You're gonna find your traditional bar fare, but a little above average, I would say. Today, we're gonna have our calamari. It is lightly breaded with a sweet chili sauce, red pepper, and pepperoncini. We're also gonna have chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles is a huge piece of chicken that we fry up, put it on top of our jalapeno corn grits, served with a waffle and our maple habanero maple syrup. And we're also gonna make our last rites burger that really sets us apart. It's got prime rib, onion straws, mushroom demi, and a half-pound burger. I definitely want people walking out of here thinking that was a fun place with great food and great people. We even have it on the back of our menu. Personality is our #1 seller. From the staff, everyone plays an integral part in this well-oiled machine that we run. And it's definitely just a fun time, good place to come out and hang out and relax.
The Jailhouse Tavern is in Grafton on the corner of Route 83 and 57. And guess what? I've got good news. They're open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner.
We are heading now into our final stop on our Lorain County show, and it takes us back to the city of Lorain, where a local man is making sure you have the best equipment before you hit the links. This is Ray's Golf Repair.
Ray's Golf Repair, you meet me, Ray. And I do full service of fittings, repairs, regripping, reshafting, anything that involves golf clubs. I bought Ralph Maltby's book on repairs, And then I went to the garage sales and buy old clubs and practice these repairs on old clubs. And it was fun. I think you need to get clubs fitted before you buy. And we fit for length, we fit for flex, grip size, total weight, and bag makeup. Bring your clubs in and we'll find out what you're doing with your club. What kind of ball flight, I measure them, I frequency them, I find everything out about that club, and then we go in there, you hit it, and we see what the results are. I got 2 different launch monitors, got a flight scope and a sky track, and we get numbers. And with those numbers, we make a decision on what flex. We see where you're hitting the ball on the face of the club, and then we make adjustments from them. The fitting might take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. And then if I'm gonna build a set of golf clubs for you, I got several different brands, it could take 10 to 14 days to get the clubs in your hand, depending on how many I got going. I'm a one-man show. Now I'll weigh these heads to make sure they're all the right weight. And what I'm gonna do with these shafts, it's a discrete flex, so I'm gonna take this shaft over to my spine finder and I'm gonna find a spine on them. And what I do is we put a weight on it and then we roll it until we find a resistance. And that's a spine, we find the spine. And what happens is I mark that spine and then I orientate it in the club on every one of them. Well, the customization is the fitting. You know, that the loft and the lies are fit for you. The shaft flex is fit for you. And the grip is the grip you want and the size you need. You know, there's many different size grips. So we try to find the best one that fits you. And that's all what custom is doing, making it what you like. I just built a driver for my friend in Florida. And I just seen him golf. You know, I didn't have him on any machines or anything. He said, I need a driver. So I come up with a combination. I sent it down to him and he just said, oh my God, this works really well. And I said, well, that's all I'm looking for. I've worked on a lot of good guys, you know, scratch handicappers, plus handicappers, and then I worked on a lot of high handicappers. And sometimes I think, you know, when you change a spec on a club with a really good golfer, you could see the difference right away on the launch monitor. You take a guy who's a 25 or better handicap, make some changes, and you see the ball go airborne and forward, they're happy too. It's the greatest stick and ball game ever invented because there are so many things, you know, setbacks and achievements, you know, risk, reward, try this, try that. Every club you could do so many different shots with, and that's what makes it fun. You know, I keep saying, I think I'm like semi-retired, but I don't turn away any work. And that gives me time to play golf. And I work by appointments only. And the one good thing is that if you come in here, I'm gonna take as much time as needed to get this figured out.
Oh, that was a good one.
Well, that does it here for our road trip in Lorain County. I had a lot of fun. I know David did as well. It's such an easy drive from downtown Cleveland. Sometimes if you live on the east side, this is a reason to show you, get out to the west side and vice versa, right? We love doing these local road trips to really let you see what great towns have to offer here, like great food, great shopping, and great cannolis. For David Moss, I'm Natalie Herbeck, and I'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland. Does she like it with the white cream or the chocolate cream?